darn in the world. All right, 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 all right. What a mess. I clicked, instead of clicking on air, I clicked off. So I clicked record way before I clicked stream. So my timestamps for my podcast are going to be different from my timestamps for my timestamps for my podcast are going to be kind of early. Anyway, what's up, everybody? It's 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles. It is spilled milk, right? Nothing, no big deal. Spilled milk. I'll just ignore it. You'll just have to bear with me, you podcast listeners. It's Friday the 14th, 15th, actually, of August, AD 2025. And we're going to have a fun, hopefully, loosey-goosey, the Hake Report show. The views expressed on Hake do not represent Hake. I don't represent myself. Forgive me. I know not what I do. The lines are open. You can call in 1-888-775-3773. The show is for general information and entertainment only. No endorsement, implied, nor I say condemnation, nor opposition. Although I don't recommend you vote for Democrats in most cases. I have voted for a Democrat before, a black female Democrat. The first black DA of Los Angeles County. I voted for her over the Black Lives Matter endorsed white Hispanic Cuban former Republican who became a communist Soros-funded Netflix CEO and his wife anti-white, anti-law and order, so-called DA, according to my understanding, which may be limited, which of course is limited. I did not vote for George Gascon. I've told that thing before. So I call them demon rats. Well, I voted for a gal, a black gal. You know I love the black ladies. Jackie Lacey and her husband who pointed the gun at Black Lives Matter. I do disclaim pointing a gun at Black Lives Matter, even if they're on your porch, especially in California. I'm glad he got away with that, or did he get away with that? I think they wanted to charge him. Black Lives Matter show up on the porch of the Los Angeles District Attorney's office because they're a lynch mob and want to scare you, intimidate you because they're commies. And the man of the house, old timer, points a gun, get off my porch, and she apologizes. The wife apologized because her husband may have been ill-advised to be pointing a gun. I don't know, especially in California. You don't have a right to bear arms in California, except for these arms, or to protect yourself or defend yourself. The criminals and the illegals and the degenerates and homeless bums who are making a mess everywhere and making society worse for everybody and making the culture and the everything disgusting and everything's in the way. They move the trash bins that aren't even theirs to touch over there, and there's people who enable them. That's what's going on in Cali. What a mess. So anyway, I'm going off a little bit. Pardon me. Pardon my tangent writing. I know not what I do. So I will be taking your calls, 1-888-775-3773. Oh, let me do something real quick. And your super chats, let's see. I will be getting to your super chats. I did see more another coffee or to have come in over on buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report. Real quick, I want to do something. Nice. All right. I'm live on all these platforms, it looks like. Everything is well. It's Friday. It's the AJ Gallardo original theme song of the Hake Report because I like to remember it, and it's cool. It's a great song. The original, the Hake Report theme song. What is up, Jules Ver? Nice to see you, man. Hake, you already apologizing? What's spilled milk? Oh, no, I didn't actually spill milk. It's a metaphor for my botching. I botched I like to record and stream at the same time. We record here, and then we also stream. I like to do it at similar moments. Whoa, that's a low-hanging branch thing. And I messed that up, and I'm like, spilled milk, indicating it's not pleasant, it's not nice, it's unfortunate, I suppose, in my opinion, but it's not that big of a deal. So that's what I mean by spilled milk. All right, so we have quite a bit to cover. Your calls, 1-888-775-3773. Okay. Quickly. Have to unmute these things. But anyway, guys, let's just get right on with the show.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
Hey, you guys! I hope you're enjoying the AJ Gallardo original theme song. It's so nice. I know I like it.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
So, how you guys doing? I'm fine. And do you like my shirt? I like it. It's yellow. Solid color, plain, manly. It's a size medium, but the seam hangs off of the shoulder, which I do prefer, so it doesn't feel all tightened up in my armpits. And I won't tell you where I got it, and it's 100% cotton, and I wish I could sell them. But the next best thing, probably the best thing, honestly, is to buy one myself, which I did, and I'm so glad I did. And it was inexpensive too, by the way. So that's all around great. Looks great, in my opinion. I could have stood to not let it. Well, anyway, we won't go in there. A quick super chat from Nordic something or other. Pardon me, Nordic. Pagan bought a coffee. Hake, you were right. I am not a Christian nor a flat earther. Nice. For Men's History Month, Francis Marion, also known as the Swamp Fox, a true legend of the American Revolutionary War. Question, do you think we can save our countries from the communists in a peaceful way? I think peace is the only way by which we can save our country from the communists. Remember, we tried to war against communism, and I don't know if that worked. I don't think it did. I think it just increased communism. That which you resist persists. Something like that. Was that a Christian who said that? Francis Marion, American military officer, brigadier general, known as the Swamp Fox. So was he down south where there's swamp land? Military officer, planter, politician. Served during the French and Indian War and the Revolutionary War. And look at him in that old school hat and those, fancy military colonial type of a thing, a jacket. I don't know if it's colonial is the right word. But very cool. Southern Theater of the American Revolutionary War, 1780 to 1781. Continental Army. The Patriot Cause. Never commanded a field army or served as a commander in a major engagement. His use of irregular warfare against the British led him to be considered one of the fathers of guerrilla warfare. Guerrilla. Guerra means war, right? Guerrilla means little war, I guess. I don't know. And maneuver warfare. I wonder why they call it guerrilla. There was a guy, a white commentator, who said that one of those black female talented tennis players was using guerrilla tactics, and they compared it to gorilla, Gorilla, and they called it racist, and he was suspended or apologized or something dumb like that. Let's see. Translate from Spanish, I guess, right? Oh, Lord. That doesn't help me. Guerrilla etymology. I like to know this stuff. Origin, early 19th century. Blah, blah, blah. Member of a small independent group taking part in irregular fighting, typically against larger irregular forces. Yeah, so it's still war. People are like, oh, in Gaza, the Palestinians don't have an army, so it's not war, it's genocide. Please. They're using guerrilla tactics, perhaps. I don't know. Are guerrilla tactics immoral? Referring to the actions or activities in an impromptu way without authorization. Spanish. War, guerra. See, I was right. And guerrilla. Actually, it would be guerrita if it were a little war. So I don't know what the LLA means. Or L-A-Y. A-Y, small war. Really? It is small? What? What's the difference between guerrilla and guerrilla? Okay, whatever. What? The two R's? Wait a minute. Okay, two R. There's normally two R's, I guess. Or it can be spelled with one R. Anyway, back to this. Back to the men's history hero. Early life. Gabriel Marion. Huguenot. What's a Huguenot? Religious group of French Protestants. Okay, I thought he might have been French. Oh, cool. Who held the Reformed Calvinist tradition of Protestantism. The term may be Huguenot. I may be totally butchering the name. Maybe derived from the Swiss political leader, the Genevan burgomaster, whatever. Nice. Right on. Thank you for the contribution. A Nordic pagan who loves and honors a Christian for men's history. Isn't that nice? I guess there's fewer pagans to choose from when you're talking about American history. Right on. I feel like some of the pagans who make fun of the rest of us whites, normal whites who are Christians or whatever, for following a Middle Eastern religion or whatever, because Jesus was from the Middle East or something, and being all Judeo-Christian. What, you pagans like Kevin Howe, who's always making fun of us, right? You pagans. You think you're smarter and better and more sensible than the generations and centuries of us people who were suckered into being Christians? Are we? I get that Christianity can be subverted for worse, to make society worse, like the commies have been doing. But still, pagans don't really have that many issues with Christians. We just think you're caught up in Jewish programming. You guys are the ones who hate us, hunt us down, force us to convert. Hey, that's in the past. That was Kevin Howe in the chat. But anyway, thank you, Nordic Pagan. Appreciate that. How very white of you to have appreciation for other religions and cultures and men of other religions and cultures. Because only whites do that, whether they're liberal or normal. Right on. I mean, I guess, whatever. Anyway, it's sort of a white thing, for better or worse. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Let me double check over here with Lin Yan Chin and others, and we're all doing fine. I encourage you guys, check out the Hake Report if you ever so please, and you can buy me a coffee over here on this thing on the lower right, and be like, my name is Hake. I want to give Hake a and then support for $3 or however much, and you can see the recent supporters, docs, support. Oh no! Hopefully it doesn't give my. No. I don't actually want to donate to myself, but just it's a nice way to do that. If we are watching the video feed, there's this little coffee-looking icon thingamajigger right here. It's a motif. Huh? You click it. Very easy. That was, spoiler alert, men's history hero, white history hero, spoiler alert, the best mod prior to Kevin and Chris. Kevin and Chris combined. All right. Chris is worthless. How do you get back here? I timed him out. Okay. There's one line open, guys. I will get to some stories. Some of you guys prefer I just do stories and talk rather. I don't even know if you people who like that are even watching anymore because I take so many calls. But I would like to get to Candy, a first-time caller in California. Candy, thank you for calling and holding. How you doing?
Hey, Hake, how are you?
Hey, doing fine. Nice to hear from you.
Well, I just wanted to say that I noticed that some of your chatters were mentioning that they get tired of hearing about politics and religion.
Yeah.
And so, I just wanted to give you guys a really cool tip that I found out, is you can make your own electrolyte mix to stay hydrated this summer with a few basic home essentials that most people should have on hand already. You can mix a little bit of honey, salt, and any kind of citrus or some coconut water. And you can find that if you just Google how to make your own homemade electrolyte mix.
Well, thank you for the tip on that, Candy. Is electrolytes that necessary? Can't you just get that from having some salt?
Well, Hake, all I know is that it's really disgusting and expensive to buy certain products to stay hydrated. We don't really know what they're putting in Gatorade or Liquid IV, right? And it's pretty hot in California and Nevada and Arizona,
yeah, true.
and pretty much all over the United States,
Indeed.
And so that in case you don't have electricity for some reason, so that your granny and grandpa won't die, and so your little ones won't die from dehydration and get cramps or anything, it's really important to make the most things that you intake into your body from natural products that you have already, like honey, citrus, like lemon juice, and salt.
I appreciate that tip there. Oops. I appreciate that tip there, Candy. I personally just drink tap water. I don't...
Well, Hake.
Yeah?
What are they putting in the tap water? Why does it taste like chlorine?
I don't know what I used to drink the pool water a little bit, but I don't think it tastes that much. The swimming pool has
Oh
water
my
has
goodness. I hope it wasn't a public pool with
No, it was my grandma's pool. Docs.
Okay, I
My
hope
grandma
your
had a pool.
grandma's old booty wasn't in there because you don't want to accidentally eat fecal matter, okay?
No
You're
way.
You're also, Hake, you're supposed to shower and wash up before you get in there.
After. Well, I shower.
No,
I
you're
shower
supposed to.
now.
No, Hake.
I do shower now before going into the jacuzzi, and after.
I mean, you should wash yourself before you get in.
Fair enough, but whatever. Fine.
I mean, especially if you're going into a pool, a public pool.
The public ones I do.
You don't want any.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you're using a bidet or got dingleberries or anything, but you got to make sure you wash yourself, okay? Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
All right.
you.
Yeah, thank you, Dick Candy. Happy Men's History Month. She's looking out for us. Her voice sounds so familiar. I feel like I recognize her. I feel like she might have called before. Although she said she was a first-time caller, I guess. But thank you, Candy. Nice. Right on. Okay, William III in California. How you doing, man?
Hey, happy Men's Month. How you doing?
Doing well. Happy Men's History Month to you.
That's good. Can I give you my contributions and then we'll get to what we want to talk about, or what I had an opinion about?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me. You could type in Pete Rozelle.
Pete Rozelle.
Yeah. The late great.
Rozelle. Interesting. And who was he?
Commissioner of the NFL.
Oh. For nearly 30 years. 1960 to 1989. Youngest commissioner in NFL history at just the age of 33.
Yeah. Look at his bio.
Right on. Alvin Ray Pete Rozelle. I don't wonder how he got Pete out of Alvin Ray Rozelle. Nice. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. And another person I want to recognize is Pete Maravich.
Hey, Pistol Pete. That one I know. He would. I watched a movie on him. He would be. This must have been so obnoxious. He'd be at the movie theater, bouncing the basketball the whole movie, in the aisle, sitting at the aisle seat, just bouncing the basketball the whole movie, and just bouncing the ball, shooting so properly. Peter Press Maravich, also known as by his nickname Pistol Pete, American professional basketball player. Starred in college, Louisiana State University Tigers basketball team. His father, Press Maravich, was the team's head coach. 1947 to 1988, died at the tender age of 40 years old in Pasadena, California. Wow, why did he die so young? But
he died on the basketball court playing a pickup game, and he said something about I've never felt better in my life, and then he just passed away on the basketball court.
Wow.
I think he was a Christian too, you know.
Yeah. So was he not taking care of himself? What type of death was that?
He always had health problems. You know, he would, as far as some of his joints and muscles as far as playing sports, but he also had some internal sicknesses a little bit every now and again. He would have to take some time off during the season, but he was a gym rat, straight up. He was into what he wanted to do, which was play basketball, and that's all he wanted to do.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, he had all those trick passes, and he was like one of the best. Yeah, he's one of the best passers ever. You know, everybody got their stuff off of him. Magic and Bird and everybody that's a good passer, they got some Pistol Pete in them.
Oh, you died at was it First Avenue Church or First Church of the Nazarene? I don't know. In Pasadena, California, where he was.
Yeah.
James Dobson was there. Maybe. I'm not sure. Wow.
Yeah, I always liked Pistol Pete. He was good. And I
yeah,
wanna,
his last words less than a minute before he died, I feel great.
Yeah, I feel great. Yeah, he said that. Yeah.
Well, rest in peace,
So,
Pistol Pete.
rest in peace.
He went out like a pistol.
Yes, he was a pistol.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to also induct Robert Redford.
Hey. I'm afraid people are gonna call him Jewish. Is he Jewish?
Man, golly, you guys. That's just, David in NorCal is my buddy. He turned around. He got me good on, I forgot who I gave an inductee to. And he really, I forgot who it was, but he just almost like, I love you, Will, and turned around and took a crap right on his, I'm almost like I put a piece of art together and he just smashed it, but that's still my man. That's David in NorCal.
Yeah. Robert Redford, Protestant. Okay, his patrilineal great-great-grandfather was a Protestant Englishman, and that great-great-grandmother was an Irish Catholic, I guess, or descended from Irish Catholic. So you might be okay.
His work.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. I just like his work.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
Robert Redford.
I wanted to say an ad.
He's still alive.
It's cool. Yeah.
88 years old, born in Santa Monica, California.
Yeah.
Democrat, but that's okay.
Right. And also, it's okay, but one of your contributions, it was kind of weird. It was almost like the people went back so far they were like gods. Who was that? Was that Ronnie that introduced some? Who was that?
Let's see. Let me search it. I'm gonna get lost here. Let me just do.
That's cool,
this.
though. I mean, if he wanted to throw him in there, throw him in there. But can we have some kind of recent?
Mansa Musa and Genghis Mansa Musa, Temujin, Temujin, which is Genghis Khan, and and they're so far back that people don't know whether they're white or
almost
black.
Like gods, dude. Why are we pointing out them? They're cartoons they saw.
Yeah.
At least, come on. We have a 250-year window here. Well, it's cool. He liked them. Yeah. And I mean, at least he liked The Godfather. And he was like, they're so fascinating. Everybody likes The Godfather, but I don't have to remind you, Ronnie. Yes, The Godfather. Yes. And that's us Catholics. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, shout out.
We love to love, but we know how to go to war.
Yep.
Hey, what do you think about Pam Bondi getting rid of the chief of police out there in D.C.?
You know what? I hope that works out because I know that I read in Hake News. I don't know if you caught that the replacement, at least temporary replacement of the police chief from this black female, Pamela Smith, to this man, DEA guy named Terry. I'm blanking on his name. I have it right here written down. Terry Cole, DEA chief, drug something agency, I forget. As DC chief of police, I feel that would be better for bringing down the crime. There's an attorney general from DC called Brian Schwalb, who's trying to say, no, that's illegal. You can't do that. You don't have. Is that the one with the big afro? I don't know why people be doing that. They look really stupid wearing those hairs. Brian Schwalb looks like a white or a Jewish man.
Okay. Okay.
Brian Lawrence Schwalb.
Well, some of the neighbors have come out and store owners have come outside and talked about what's been going on in D.C. And like I said, a lot of those shooters are 11 years old, 11 years old, 15.
That's what I've heard.
They're like, it's crazy for them to deny that that's happening. But here's the deal. The chief of police got fired, and guess who took off and went to Martha's Vineyard?
I don't know.
The mayor.
Oh, really?
Because she's kissing the ring. She knows doggone well her and Karen Bass and none of them can handle Donald J. Trump.
I had not heard this.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, she took off and went to Martha's. Yeah, she did that. She did that.
So
right
who's
at the
she
same time
with?
as her police chief. Wait a minute. Right at the same time as her police chief getting fired. Or whatever they said they go doing with her. They told her to do something, step down. I don't know if it's temporary or whatever, but you know, they shouldn't even be all these towns, these sanctuary cities, democratic ran towns. They got all these black women up in uniform, being chief of police.
Yeah.
2 and 3 women trying to arrest some 6'5" person that and throw them all over the place. They shouldn't even be in those positions, to tell you the truth. And I know I'm going to get some slap back on it, but that's okay. I don't care. It's the truth. I don't give a doggone damn about telling y'all the truth. They shouldn't have them damn women. No, they shouldn't have those women. They should not be actually doing those things.
That's right. That's true.
Really
you're talking about the female cops.
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them. They're terrible.
Female mayors, female cops, even this female AG. I like that she's trying to do the right thing, Pam Bondi. She's probably going to do a better job than Pamela Smith, the D.C. police chief, or Muriel Bowser, the D.C. so-called mayor woman, or Karen Bass, the so-called L.A. mayor.
Wasn't she in charge? I think Marion, wasn't she in charge when January 6th went down?
Muriel Bowser, she was.
Yeah. Yep. So there it is. You know,
Chief Pam.
Happy Men's History Month too. I hope you enjoy your weekend and everything. And I've always been wanting to ask you those beach shots. Is that San Clemente?
It's near San Clemente. It's San Onofre. It's not far from San Clemente.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful, huh?
That's a nice area.
Oh yeah.
That's that's very, very nice area. Very expensive too. That's isn't that Nick? That's where Nixon retired, I think.
Oh, you might be right. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna let you get some other calls and everything, and I hope everybody has a nice weekend.
Thank you kindly. This is San Onofre here.
All right.
Take care, man. Bye. Here's San Onofre. Look how pretty. So near, and yet so far. Pretty nice, huh? Walking down a nice paved, or not paved, but the Earth is an obvious globe made up of many, 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 many flattish disc type things. That's right. Anyway, I'm preaching the good news of the ball Earth. God's green and brown and blue and other colors Earth. Shout out. So this is Florida's going to open up a deportation depot. A little bit of news, guys, before I get back to the calls. Setting up a model for other states. What's going on? Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, shout out, announced on Thursday plans to open a second state-run immigration detention center, calling it Deportation Depot. Nice. I appreciate the efforts. It may just be a bunch of PR stuff, so don't get too excited, but maybe it's good. You know how Alligator Alcatraz? DeSantis opened up Alligator Alcatraz. The man loves alliteration. Say the far-left females at the Skim who wrote this drivel. In the Everglades, critics compared it to a concentration camp. Be careful calling stuff concentration camps. People might not take the term concentration camp as seriously and with such drama. All right? You might be demeaning what the Jews went through. God forbid. Now, Florida is moving ahead with expansion plans to help carry out President Trump's immigration agenda. Thank you, Florida. Thank you kindly. Repurposing an old facility at significant lower cost than Alligator Alcatraz, a model for other states to do the same. And even Kristi Noem, the Homeland Security Secretary, touted Florida as an example. Texas is set to open the Lone Star lockup this week. Is that a real name? Why are they calling this stuff so cute? It makes it sound like Disneyland. Makes me want to go visit my illegal friends if they get sent over there for holding before they get shipped out. But they might not have to get shipped out because maybe they'll go on their own. Maybe they're already gone, or maybe they fixed things already so that they get to stay, even though it may not be ideal or fair, quote unquote. But expecting stuff to be fair, it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Bipartisan on the health crusade. Let me double check the news here. That was the deportation news. There's drama over the Alaska summit because Trump is meeting with Putin today, or he has already, I'm not sure, don't know. But there's trying to bring peace to the world, goodwill towards men, just like Jesus did and does. But some people use it for judgment. Can you believe it? Oh, they killed Christ. Or, you don't call him God, you're not a Christian. But they still love us. Shout out to the Jesus is God people. They are welcome. You know, this is kind of crazy. 54% of Americans drink alcohol. I make it sound cute. It's not cute, though. Per a poll. Is that a sign of an aging population? You know, they say that skin cancer is going up, and somebody... I saw from one of my favorite Jewish bodybuilder YouTube channel hosts that that some guy made this claim that there's been a parabolic rise, whatever that means, in the use of sunscreen, and a parabolic rise, whatever that means, in skin cancer incidents. And it has gone up, but I don't think it's parabolic or exponential or whatever. But that could be partly because we have an aging population. The boomers, the disproportionately white boomers, and disproportionately old whites. That means skin cancer going up because older people get skin cancer more. Older people get everything more. They have less margin for error, and they have accumulated a lot of hits to their body, so their body starts to go. We wish the old people well. You never know what people are going through. And so they're getting this stuff, and so it's not necessarily related to getting the sunscreen stuff. But there are people who are careful with the sunscreen because you put stuff on your body that you don't even know what it is. I know I do. And so, not necessarily talking about sunscreen, but anything on and in your body. They wouldn't make it if it's bad for you, right? That's bad thinking, but it's tempting. And so it's going up. And so I wonder if it's because we have a bunch of old people, and Mexicans, by the way, drink alcohol a lot. Even Asians do, and then they turn red. Even the blacks are drinking. Hennessy. The percentage of Americans, 54%. I wonder how, because think about, you know, that thing that worked, and people claim it didn't work. It worked for what it was. When they prohibition, drinking went down, obviously, because a lot of people are not going to break the law. It's inconvenient and to get it, and so they weren't drinking. It worked. People say, oh, it didn't work, crime increased. I don't know if it caused a crime to increase. Maybe it was ill-advised. I think it was women's kind of pushing it, the prohibition. They were also pushing to be able to vote and dumb stuff. So I don't know if the prohibition thing, where we prohibited people from drinking or having alcohol or selling it, I don't know if that was a good idea or a bad idea necessarily. But I don't go along with the narrative that, oh, it just didn't work, you know. But anyway, oh my gosh, they're calling this a record low? Oh, A record low level of Americans drink, and a majority now say alcohol is bad for your health. Indeed, I suppose that's true, but they're now falling for something worse in some ways, which is pot. Article by Jeffrey Hopp. So yeah, it's bad. That's bad for you. Oh, so that's low. I thought that was high, 54%. Since 1939, for the first time, a majority of Americans said that moderate drinking is bad for your 53% is bad for your health. Even moderate drinking, defined as 1 or 2 drinks per day. That feels like more than moderate. 1 or 2 drinks a day, I guess you could call that moderate. I mean, I guess you're not getting plastered. A message that those of us in public health been advocating a long time, said this woman, Catherine Keyes, epidemiologist, Columbia University, studies trends in alcohol consumption. Certainly heartening, she says, to see that message really seems to be penetrating the American public. Even among people who do drink, the poll found that people are also drinking less. Record low, 24% of drinkers said they had a drink in the past 24 hours. 40% said more than a week since they last imbibed. Highest figure the Gallup has recorded since the year 2000, conducted in July. Alcohol consumption surged during the China virus scamdemic, probably because of the shutdowns. They weren't doing anything else. Another reason the shutdowns were bad. These mamas. Although you should be better, you should handle yourself better even when the government shuts you down. Gen Z drinks less. Interesting, huh? Oh, what a mess. Some have claimed that, oh yeah, drink a glass of wine every night. It's good for you. It's like marginally bad and marginally good, I think, is what they say. That's what I've gathered, seemingly. Oh, why are they giving us Vivek Murthy's opinion? He said alcohol consumption can increase cancer risk, and he called for an updated health warning label on the beverages. These mamas. If you're paying attention to your body, you'll realize what's bad for you, oftentimes. American Heart Association and American College of Cardiology updated blood pressure guidelines urge people to abstain from alcohol rather than recommending a limit of 2 drinks for men per day and 1 drink for women only. What a mess. So, yeah, I respect the people who don't even do it at all. You see these guys being interviewed who look healthy and fit and strong, and gals sometimes, and they're like, no, I don't drink. Some of them are like, yeah, I do. But a lot of them are like, no, I don't. And my family growing up, I didn't know anybody who drank that I knew of. And I appreciate that. And some of it was like kind of a Christianese type of a thing, Christian thing, where, in the past, some of the relatives had drinking problems and stuff like that. And so you didn't want to be a temptation to your fellow man. You didn't want to cause your brother to stumble or whatever. Or that was what I feel like my mother said, something like that to me. And isn't that nice? Right on. Or, anyway, nice. Right on. I remember going to parties with my friends or going to concerts. I'd just get water. And I would have fun. Totally fun. Sheltered Hake. Now, nice. Like, I had a caller years back who said, keep that stuff in the closet. Whether you're doing the pot stuff or doing the drinking stuff or whatever. Because there's this like false pride in drinking a lot that people, oh, drink you under the table. What a trap. What a setup, huh? To do something that's bad for you because you can handle it more. What a mess, huh? Terrible. Okay, so that's the drinking story. It's not a drinking story, but it's a story. So I covered a little bit of news. I guess that was a bit of DC and Alaska summit. And that's enough. That's sad about the rabbits. Real quick, let me show this quote, and then I'll get back to your calls and your super chats, and then more great stories. Look at this quote. Instead of feeling excited, really what I'm feeling is concern. I am very, very scared. Spreading fear, commie nonsense. This is a quote that Commie Nonsense Network shared in their morning updates. And there is a lot of pressure. So said a young woman named Madeline, an 11th grader. So she's what, 16, 17? Junior, that's a junior in high school. She's going into 11th grade, I presume, right? Because we're getting close to the start of the school year. Some people have already started. Can you imagine? I didn't start my school year till September, but except for when I got into college, then we started in like August, like a lot of other people seem to do. She spoke on the condition that her last name not be published because she's in the country illegally, without legal permission. I mean, she's here illegally. She's an illegal. On why she is afraid to return to school. She didn't say why she's afraid to return to school. She said instead of feeling excited, she's feeling concerned. She's very scared. A lot of pressure. Trump's immigration crackdown is raising fears as the school year gets underway in L.A. And isn't that interesting? Because a lot of illegals. I went to school with illegals and I ran a little bit of like practice cross country with illegals and played soccer with illegals. Visited the homes, I guess, of illegals, I'm told. Worked alongside people who probably were illegal. They didn't have driver licenses and they didn't want to drive, even though they were pushing for illegals to get their driver licenses. Education, not deportation. Look at all these young people. Hundreds of so-called high school students stage a walkout downtown LA February 6th, 6 months ago or so, in protest of ICE and Trump's mass deportation policies. Before he was barely getting in office. A week or two before, a couple weeks before or something. So they're starting the new academic year under a cloud of apprehension. Trump's aggressive crackdowns. They're pretending like it's something, like it's our problem that they're scared. Their parents did wrong or they did wrong, and now they're scared of getting caught and facing the music. I can sympathize, but it is only right. Do not be afraid. Illegals, do not be afraid. You can deal with whatever may come. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. Something like that. District going to distribute a family preparedness packet. Know your rights information. These evil mama California government degenerates. Emergency contact updates and tips on designating a backup caregiver in case a parent is detained, because a lot of these are single mother situations. The sprawling district of LA School District. 24 cities. LA County, I guess. What? Nation's largest with more than 500,000 students. That's 500,000, according to the teachers union. I'm chuckling because during Hake News, I said on Thursday, which is the day before Friday, what a mess. So I'm getting all these ads and I hate it. So we're gonna move on. But look at this guy. Who's that? LA Unified School District. Alberto Carvalho speaks during a district what is he? He's the whole district. Speaks during a news conference at Edward Roybal Learning Center, LA, Monday. There are mistaken identities because they all look the same. Traumatizing our communities. Like, what a mess, huh? Cry about it. I wonder if she is blaming her parents when behind closed doors, you know? Scared illegals. Don't be scared. You'll be fine. It's only right. Robert in Kansas on the line here. Robert, how you doing, man?
Oh, I don't even know anymore.
You don't know how you doing?
Yeah. So have you ever seen that study, Hake, where they show that school makes you dumb?
No, but I've noticed it myself.
Yeah, they took some kids and they tested their intelligence. They put them through the grades, and as they grew up, and then they found out that over the time they became more like just retarded robots that just do whatever they're told. Like when the bell rings, they get up and move to the next class, you know?
Yeah.
And their intelligence level in terms of like their actual intelligence, they couldn't source their own ideas. All their ideas were replaced by what they were taught.
Yeah. So, sounds like Reddit.
Yeah. And as an experienced drug addict, I would say, like, if I wanted my kid, like if you said, because I always hear this question, would you want your kid on alcohol or pot? And at this point, Hake, I would say pot. I would say I'd rather have my kid on pot than alcohol.
Why do you have to pick one? Why not say neither?
Well, if you had,
because I was a kid on neither. I was high on life.
Good job, brother.
At least as a kid. No, I disclaim. Yeah. I don't disclose. But
yeah. Hey, were you molesting those trees earlier? What were you doing those trees?
Of course not, Robert. Why do you have to get dirty? Why are you so perverted?
Well, you were jumping on them and stuff. I didn't know what you were doing with them trees.
Yeah, you jump on trees, you play around trees.
And what kind of trees?
Why? You're not answering my question. Why are you... Never mind. I don't even want to know.
Well, no, but what kind of trees? Were those like orange? Was that like orange grove or what was that?
What do you think? You think I know my trees, man? I don't know my trees. It's just a trees at a park. It's a beautiful park. I recommend people visit it. It's right down the road from Pico. I'm pointing towards what looks like Santa Monica right here, but I'm actually more inland than this picture behind me. If you go around Pico, there's like a golf course, and right next to it is this park, and you can see the trees yourself. And
you'll notice how it's all flat too.
Yeah, it's a flat park.
Yeah. So the moon landing. Hey, listen, Jesse Lee. We had the Aboot girl call up Jesse and said that she's questioning everything, and she's wondering about the moon landing. And it's like, guys, like, if you can't figure out the moon landing. I mean, we're talking like there would be, we're talking 5 decades, 6 decades, whatever, since we've been there initially. And then that the United States military would set up a base, right? Like if we could actually get to some place, they would set up a base there. And the fact there's no military base, there's no research base, there's no mining operation or just a moon base, you know, so maybe we can go to the moon before we get to Mars, so to speak. But there's no base. Like, you can look at it, there's nothing on there. There's no flags, there's no mirrors, there's no nothing. So, you know, if I could look up there with my telescope and see a flag, hey, like Jesse was talking about this morning, that would be one thing. I'd be like, look, I can see the flag. But if you can't see anything, at some point you got to say, first of all, we didn't go. Secondly, we're not going back. And thirdly, if we could, we would have built something up there already. That's the ultimate high ground as a military man. When I look at it as you could launch from the moon. If they destroyed the United States and we could nuke you from the moon, the ultimate high ground. Anybody would set up their military there if they could get there. Russia, India, China, United States, whoever. They don't do it because you can't go there.
Sure you can.
Can we go to the sun? We can go to the sun, huh?
If we can go to the sun at night, because it's too you burn up if you go during the day.
Too hot in the day, absolutely.
That's an old joke.
Well,
that's an old joke, of course.
Well, thanks for letting me go on, Hake. I just I want you guys to look into things, and of course, it would be ridiculous if you said, "Well, Robert, you expect me to believe you, and that I would think the Earth is flat and all this stuff." No, man, that would be crazy for you to just automatically disregard everything you've been taught. But when you do look at it, you have to then realize the people who are in charge seek to deceive you such that you don't honor the Creator and you pay your taxes to them. You see, it's about them getting in the way. Like if people knew the truth, they would just serve the truth. They would serve God. But if Satan or the government, right, the Latin of government, right, to control the mind, if they can get in your way and have you believe them and not the Creator, you will serve them and not the Creator. And that's the broad path to destruction, right? Like, you know, you go to school and you pay your taxes and you get a job and you're just following this path to destruction is what you're doing. But as far as what would we do otherwise, like what would change, Hake? Yeah, I mean, things would change if the Earth was flat and people realized it. It would change based on the idea that you say, well, Robert, you wouldn't go to work then. No, dude, listen, all there is work.
Nice.
That's all you can do. You can sin or you can work. Okay? So,
idle hands are the devil's workshop.
So, well, I'm telling you, as a young retired person, there is nothing else. It's just work. If you retire, all you're going to do is start working on your lawn, your house. You're going to start crafts and arts or woodworking, or you're just going to start working again.
Nice.
That's all you're going to do. And that is all there is to do here. It's just to work, to build, to make, to, make things nice for yourself and for others. And so, yeah, I mean, as far as, like I say, okay, they're trying to put you into this program of taxation and work. And at the same time, at the end of the day, there is nothing else to do.
Right.
It is just you're going to work and that's it. And you're going to make things nice or you'll do nothing and, things will fall apart. So
thank you for your call, Robert in Kansas. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, Hake, you've been real nice to me today. I appreciate you, brother. And hopefully I come up there and meet you, man. You know what I mean?
All right.
Shake your hand, give you a hug and a kiss.
Happy Men's History Month, sir. Take care. Very nice. Like Judas. I'm kidding around, Robert. You're not Judas. I was showing the Donyale's call over there, talking about the moon landing with Jesse Lee, Friday the 15th of August, 2025 AD, in the third hour of the Jesse Lee Peterson show today. Pretty cool. Very nice. Okay. Before... My goodness. Before I get to more of these stories and things, I'd like to get, and more, before I get to more of your calls, I'd like to get to some super chats, because we're at the top of the hour here. We have the Fallen State today. We have American Anchor Baby bringing the fire. And we'll see if this thing ever loads over here. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't want to prove the obvious globe right now. I can read it from here, though, while that thing loads. Maybe I bring this over here. See if it'll pull up. Cesar or Caesar gave a few coffees here. Let me note them down. Oh, wow. Britt bought 5 coffees, saying, keep it up. Thank you, Britt. Appreciate that. Very pithy, which is appreciated. And Cesar Caesar, 3 coffees. Sup, Hake? That call with Robert and JLP was pretty revealing. Yeah. He's like, Jews and Muslims are on the same side. How do you know? The Jews bring the Muslims in. Doesn't mean they're on the same side. Made me realize one of two things. Either Robert wasn't able to back up his claims because he wasn't ready, or he's just a loony conspiracy theorist. He's still one of my faves, though. So tell me, Hake, is that all I am to you? Asks Cesar or Caesar. No, man. Not at all, Cesar or Caesar. I'm going to try to put you back on the right place. I had to log in again in the world. Useless. Buy Me a Coffee is always making you log in all over again. It's almost as bad as Kick. You know, Kick.com. I think I stream there. Is that all I am to you? Just a big Jew hater? Laughing with sweat. LM blank O. On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being high, where do you place me? LOL. This is meant to be a fun question, but I do value your honesty as always. Right now, you're a 5 in being a kooky conspiracy theorist. You're like half and half. I consider myself I don't know what I am in terms of the conspiracy theory and loving Jews versus hating Jews. I love them if I love anybody. I don't know, man. You ask me different things and you give me information. It's fine. I can't really tell how passionate you are about it. You know, it's in writing, and your writing is never really confrontational at all, man. So I can't tell. You don't seem overly passionate about it that I can tell, but you'd have to call in and we'll have a big argument, and then I'll be able to rate you better. Right now you're a 5, which is a good thing to be. I mean, it's fine. It's moderate. Is moderate drinking bad for you? Is moderate Jew hating bad for you? I guess so. It's better not to have any hatred, of course. You're in hell whether you're a 5 or a 10 or a 2 or a 1. It's better to be a 0. But I had fun. Thank you, Cesar Caesar. Something else I realized. By the way, I caught a little bit of that discussion that you mentioned. I saw it on my YouTube feed with Nick Fuentes and those other 2 guys. I didn't catch much of it. I just caught a bit where they were talking about some just interpersonal politics stuff on X, some posts on X. Anyway, something else I realized after hearing Brandy from Hawaii and Robert from Kansas call both you and JLP, it's almost like a video game. Whereas when people call you, it's like playing a game on easy since you don't give callers pushback. That's right, I'm so nice to the callers. Unless you have your own opinion on the subject. But Jesse is the video game on hard since people aren't usually used to confronting uncomfortable truths. Have a fun but safe weekend, everybody, says Cesar or Caesar. Very nice. Thank you, sir. He also bought a coffee saying, "Hey, Hake, if you have a minute and a half to spare today, can you check out a video I sent you on X, Twitter? I want to see if you relate to what's being said or if you don't believe it. I personally can tell you if I've experienced the good and the bad of what's being talked about. It may also help others. Is there cussing involved? Let me check. Everblazer. August 8th. Okay. Let me see if I can put this here and put this there. And a red pill dispenser on X. Neuroscientist explains how a thought held for 17 seconds will start to manifest. Mind blown emoji, says Cesar or Caesar. Do you mind if I go on X and pull it up myself? Oh no, I posted it here. Pardon me, guys. This is just amateur hour over here. Just call me a boomer. Here it comes. Hopefully this is not blasting your ears.
Basically says that there's a law in physics that basically says that when you have energy that is vibrating at a particular frequency, within 17 seconds, other energy like that will be attracted to it. So if I'm having a positive thought or a negative thought, then what happens is that energy is attracted to it. I have other thoughts that are like that thought. So if you do that 17 seconds, 17 seconds, 17, for 68 seconds, then momentum begins to occur. So let's say that I'm normally, all of our emotions have a frequency to it. So if I'm in despair or anger or worry, all of those are lower, denser frequencies. You get into...
Fair warning to those susceptible. I first heard about this from the Jewish guy. The Jewish guy, Eichenwald, who got tucked by Tucker when Tucker was on Fox News. Watch out for the blinking lights. There's sort of a flickering light that could cause you to have a seizure. Fair warning. A little late on that warning there. But anyway, this is very interesting. Neuroscientist.
To things like contentment, happiness, joy, love. Those are higher.
Let me go back because I lost track of what he was talking about.
All of our emotions have a frequency to it. So if I'm in despair or anger or worry, all of those are lower, denser frequencies. You get into things like contentment, happiness, joy, love. Those are higher, faster frequencies. So let's say that I normally live in contentment. And that's my set point, because that's where I live. I think about that all the time. That's what my makeup is, that sort of thing. So I'm driving down the highway. All of a sudden, a car cuts me off, and I get angry. So now I'm in the lower, denser frequencies. And so then I go back to the office, and I'm telling all my colleagues, here's what happened. This knucklehead cut me off. Go home, tell my wife that. What am I doing? I'm vibrating angry energy. So I go to the supermarket, and there is somebody in line.
I don't know if I trust this neuroscientist. He's talking about vibes. Anyway, he said he's vibrating negative energy or something like that. Anyway, let's continue. Is he really a neuroscientist or is he New Age person? Whatever New Age it even is. I don't even know what New Age is. I just learned that it was something bad from my mother because she had books Christian books speaking against New Age. Anyway.
Is somebody in line. I'm
at a grocery store, I think.
I have 3 items, and I'm getting in line, and somebody ahead of me has 38 items. And the guy that's running the cash register, it's his first day, and he's not doing very well. He's very slow. Is that a coincidence? No, it's something for me to get angry about. So I'm attracting into my world whatever it is that I'm vibrating. So where my thoughts are, that's what's creating.
Who's that guy talking to him? Anyway, that's just creating my reality.
My reality.
Interesting. You want to watch it again real quick?
There's a law in physics that basically says that when you have energy that is vibrating at a particular frequency, within 17 seconds, other energy like that will be attracted to it.
That's so true. Like JLP says, thought begets thought. Thought leads to more thoughts. You notice you go into some rut. So cool, sir. I shall repost that. Follow Hake on X. If you're banned from X, say you're like Kevin Howe. I don't get how Kevin Howe gets banned from everything. He said that Asmonor banned him from all of Hake's stuff. I guess because he's kind of an obnoxious person sometimes. If you're if you're too pro-Russia or at least too anti-pro-trendy Ukraine mess, anti-Ukraine or whatever, then you could get a little obnoxious. Or if you're hung up on being against abortion, and he's saying abortion brings down black crime. But I'm like, no, I don't think it does. I think it expanded it. And here's why, and here's why, and here's why. Other than that, he's a nice guy. He's all right, I think. But somehow, I guess they just didn't get along. Not really, Hake. It's R-worded. Etarded, Ray. Yeah, Kevin Howe's a nagger. I forgot about that. Anyway. That's what you were talking about, right? You sent that to me like a week ago. Wow, really, Kevin Howe? You don't seem like the type to get banned. Yeah, I think eventually even Lin Yan Chin got himself banned from by Asmodor, even though he's like kissing up thank you host nation guy. Rest in peace to Asmodor, Men's History Month, and Lin Yan Chin and Kevin Howe, solidly men's history. We'll call them men as well. I was going to say heroes, and then I'm going to, like, are they heroes? Or are they zeros? We'll call them men. And I was going to start to say people, but that's not right. This is Men's History Month. They're men. So, hat tip to Kevin Howe, Lin Yan Chin, and rest in peace to Asmodor. And shout out to Cesar or Caesar. I think that was cool. The good and the bad of what's being talked about. That's right on, Cesar or Caesar. He is a contributor to the Hake Report. He is part of Hake history. You are solidly part of Hake history. Let it be written. It is written. Kevin Howe is also a Richard Spencer descendant. Not a descendant. They're just two peas in a pod. I forget why. Maybe because neither of them are Christian. Exactly. Except for they're culturally that. Right on, right on, right on. So let me write that down. Let me write these down. Thank you guys for the supers. Those were coffees. And 17 seconds of a thought creates more or attracts more. Very cool. I love it. He's a Spencer fan too? Double question mark, age of inversion. No, I'm not saying that at all. I have no idea what he thinks of Richard Spencer. It's just that they're both not Christian. Is Kevin Howe a white nationalist? Maybe. I don't know. He's white, I think. He loves us, seemingly anyway. He's always in our chats. So he's a friend, we'll call him. A friend / fiend, like the rest of you scum in the snake pit. But let me not get carried away. Alan in Michigan is on the line over here. Alan, thank you for calling and holding, man.
Well, happy Men's History Month.
Thank you. Same to you.
I am miffed and vexed at me. What was the first word?
What's the first word?
Miffed and vexed.
Miffed. M-I-F-F-E-D. Miffed, meaning...
Yes, miffed and vexed.
And
frustrated.
Vexed. Yeah. Why are you frustrated at yourself?
Because I went and made myself some Si Senor, and it was last drop. So now I got to get on the phone or on the line and order some. My bad.
That's funny. You got to pay attention to your, you got to keep an extra bag, I guess. That's Punchie's coffee, right? Jesse Lee Peterson.
Right, my favorite. Yeah, my favorite.
The Si Senor, single origin from Mexico roast.
Right.
So you prefer, have you tried all three?
I've tried, let's see, the one in the white bag, the regular. I haven't tried the yellow bag one, but
okay.
I just tend to like the Si Senor. I don't know. It's just, for me, it's more mild.
Okay.
You know?
It's
just seems that way.
fruity, floral, bright acidity. They call it.
Yeah.
Not what you would, not how you would describe it though.
No, just the blacker than black I haven't tried yet.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I'll get that too. I'll order 2 of the Si Senor, and then I'll try out the blacker than black.
Well, I definitely appreciate your support of Jesse Lee Peterson .shop and Bond,
because he deserves it.
Yeah, definitely. That's cool.
I also enjoyed candy from California. I'm gonna try that electrolyte solution she's got. I have well water, which even with an iron filter and water softener is foul to drink.
Oh.
And so I've been drinking bottled water, but it's in those doggone soft plastic bottles, and God knows what kind of, stuff is getting into the water from the plastic. So now I've got a water distiller, and I'm distilling the water, but then that takes all the minerals out. So now I got to put something back in. So, okay, big deal.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see. William the Third. Oh yeah, I enjoyed the shout outs to these athletic people. I think they were kind of neglected in the last several weeks. But my major interest was in Robert from Kansas. Apparently, he is a big skeptic of the moon landing.
Yeah.
I probably mentioned that I'm skeptical myself, not to his level. But the thing that I look at is there's a Latin term called cui bono, and it simply means who benefits. Well, of course, all these, 12,000 plus Nazis that came over here and started the moon program, and not the German people. I'm talking about the top pagans that in the Vril Society and Thule and all this weird stuff. They brought this pagan stuff with them, and they set up this program. And like I said before on another broadcast, these rocket launches and attempts to go into heaven is simply an iteration of the Babylonian temples to go to heaven, the Tower of Babel. In any case, the thing is, you've got billions of dollars being spent and given to these people for these what I think are useless programs, and we're paying for it. Us taxpayers are paying for it, and there's always that promise. Oh, we're going to go to the moon. Oh, and then we're going to go to Mars, and then it's always something out in the future that they're promising. And maybe we did go to the moon. I don't know. I'm getting very skeptical about it. But in any case, I'm just putting that out. Oh, by the way, I enjoyed the super chats. I particularly like what Caesar said, and the thing from the video that he showed. Very interesting.
Yeah.
And I appreciate what is it? Nordic pagan? Yeah.
Nice. Me too.
You're going through this.
That was Operation Paperclip you were talking about.
Right. And there were thousands. They I think I heard one time 750. I thought, oh, don't make me laugh. They brought over thousands. They inhabited whole cities and villages they built for these people. So, in any case, that's just about.
Right on, man.
I want to hear some other callers.
Cool.
I always like this to finish with that because they're so interesting. I hope to hear Mark today. He's always good.
Yeah, I wasn't able to get to Mark yesterday. Right on.
Yeah, he's on the list then. Well, let me get off the
That's right.
phone
He's a
so
priority.
you can get some other. Let him be a priority.
Shout
out to Mark.
I appreciate it, Alan. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Rob, not Alan. I just got off the phone with Alan. Rob in NorCal, Northern California, is on the line over here. Robert.
What's that?
What's
Rob.
Sorry. How you doing?
It's all good. Doing all right, man.
Happy Men's History Month to you.
Happy Men's History Month to you.
I'm doing fine. Thank you, sir.
Good. I just sent over a video from Odyssey platform about bubbles in space.
Which way did you send it to me? By email or DM?
Email to you and to Derek.
Okay. Now, is this the same video that you sent a few weeks ago?
I don't think so. But do you have the one that I sent a couple weeks
space.
ago?
Look, I have a note in my watch. Let's see.
Okay.
I probably have it right here. I think I even copy pasted all of my notes because I don't know what I'll get to. Tip from Rob in NorCal. Where did all them bubbles come from? Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Boomer. And this is BitChute.
Oh, yeah.
This is BitChute video, not Odyssey.
Okay, so let's do that one first because you already have it pulled up. Another thing I was going to say is that you know how you guys
for over 20 years. And if you believe in God, I urge you to pay close attention.
Go ahead.
No, you're good.
Go ahead.
I was going to say how all you globetards pat each other on the back oh yeah, they're so stupid. They're we're so right. It's and they're dumb conspiracy theorists. It's when you guys are talking about the civil rights movement being bad for the blacks.
Yeah,
that's a conspiracy theory, and it's the same thing.
But it's not a conspiracy theory.
Well,
because that's a fact.
No, it is. It is a fact. I believe you. But what I'm saying is that they tell. But it's not, the majority of the blacks.
You didn't even have to say whether it was intentionally bad or not. You just know that it was bad for them.
Yeah, no, I know it was bad. We know it was bad.
Right.
But the mainstream public says it's good. They're like, no, it's so good. We need this all the time. It's
so that's what you mean, that it goes against the dominant narrative. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So you guys, it's parallel is what I'm saying.
I got you.
In that regard.
Yeah.
So bubbles in space. Did you ever?
But I don't really look down on. Well, I do, but I don't pat other people on the back for being fellow balltart. Well, maybe I do.
I didn't say that you did, but there was a comment that you read earlier where he's like, oh yeah, it's I think it's from Caesar,
or maybe Nordic pagan.
Okay, or maybe Nordic pagan, where Jesse confronts us on the uncomfortable truth. the uncomfortable truth is that we live on a flying space ball.
Yeah,
that's not the uncomfortable truth. The uncomfortable truth is that we live on a flat Earth, and you guys are uncomfortable about it because they've been telling you that we live on a flying space ball since you were 5.
No, I can plainly see that it's a ball. And don't you and that it's spinning because you look at this look at this sunset.
No,
the sun dips down every day. But
no, that's called confirmation bias. That's confirmation bias. You're just confirming in your own mind what you want to believe that you're seeing.
Fair, but anyway, isn't it comfortable for you flat Earth people who believe in God to say, oh, we're special. We're the center of the universe. Isn't that comfortable to think? Isn't that comforting?
It sure is. Yes,
so then the uncomfortable truth is that we're just a tiny, seemingly meaningless speck on a tiny, seemingly meaningless speck inside of a tiny, meaningless speck called the galaxy.
Can you prove the Big Bang happened?
No, I don't care about that.
Well, that's what this whole thing is based off of.
Not necessarily. Not really.
It's based off of the idea that that space was created from nothing. Nothing existed, and then it Big Banged into something, and then over years of
God did that.
Molecules bouncing off of each other for a gajillion years, we ended up having enough molecules bounce together to create humans. And
are you uncomfortable with that?
No, I'm uncomfortable with it because it's a lie.
Whatever, man. All right, should I have the sound on with this video?
I don't know, just probably just forward up to a part where they're showing bubbles floating around in people's masks.
Bubbles.
Because all
bubbles in space.
Where?
Go forward a little bit so they're not talking.
Bubbles in space.
Well, I went pretty far forward. 3 minutes in.
Oh, I'm kind of behind. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's see.
Is this copyright? Maybe I'm gonna mute it.
I doubt it.
But do you see? Do you see?
There you go, right there. Hey, do you see that little bubble? Yeah,
well,
look.
you're on delay, man. I don't see any. You're probably watching 20, 30 seconds behind me. 15 at least.
It's about 10. About 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah.
But okay, so yeah, you let it play and see. There's a bubble floating.
I see them bubbles underneath the water here.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's water. This is water, man. They're practicing.
They're not practicing. This is live footage that they're playing when you tune into their little channels. That's where we get all this stuff from.
Oh, yeah, so this is back behind the scenes. They were actually underwater, pretending like they were in space. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So the reason why we catch these videos is because now you're at a part, I guess 10 seconds ago, where they are showing how they're doing it underwater.
Yeah.
But see, they're filming and all that stuff.
And so so you're saying that all this space footage is actually they're just underwater. That's why it looks like they're floating and stuff.
Correct. Yeah. And sometimes their doors to their little fake space station, they get soaked with water. So like they're trying to close the door and it's like flapping around like a cardboard box would.
But how do you know that it wouldn't be like that in space?
Because space is supposed to be a vacuum. The whole story is that space is a vacuum and there's no molecules in space, so there's nothing to push off of.
Well, of course there's molecules in space because there's different nebulae, there's clouds and things like that in space too.
Well, yeah, but it's in the sense that it's a vacuum, that means it's not packed with air. Like when airplanes are flying across the Earth,
right? They're flying through the air, which is the atmosphere, which is part of Earth. Yeah.
Yeah, but in space, it's supposed to be a vacuum. So for one, if the Earth has air on it, but it doesn't have a lid on it, like the firmament, the air would just fly off into space. Like, what's keeping it from doing that? From the concentration.
It's kind of like thoughts. You know how you think of one thought? It's kind of like what this neuroscientist did with thoughts. You know how you think a thought and it attracts other thoughts? You're laughing, but it's real. I'm telling you, I think the truth. It's kind of like thoughts, where it attracts and clumps together more thoughts and more and more.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. It is.
Same thing with Earth and the atmosphere around the Earth. That keeps the air attracted to Earth and not attracted to the space.
No, the thought that you live on.
Think of Earth as a bubble in space.
With other thoughts and with other dinglings. You can't think past it. Like those thoughts just sit, and people just they just get so numbed out. They don't care that they can't see past their own nose. Because if you go out,
you don't understand understand the physics at that length. Oh, there's bubbles on. I don't know, but what are we looking at? Is this movie footage or is this
I passed astrophysics and trig-based physics. I get the physics. I'm deep in the physics.
So do you understand physics? Do you understand the stuff can curve, like the surface of water can curve on a ball level physics? On a big beautiful ball Earth.
I understand look at all those bubbles. Holy crap. I understand. I understand that they can tell you that, but if you go out and you just look out in the ocean, you'll see that it doesn't curve. It just doesn't. You can hold like a yardstick up, and it's just flat. And those.
I know, but a yard is not at scale. If you get a yardstick long enough, the yardstick's going to bend.
Well, the closer you hold it to your face, the more of the horizon it covers. Though it doesn't cover just a yard of horizon, because it's closer to your face.
I know, but you're looking at. But why would you expect why would you expect there to be a curve when you're basically looking at a circular horizon? Did you know that the horizon is not as straight as the yardstick on a ball? On a ball, the horizon is actually curved. That's why my picture is so important. Why did it went to an ad?
The picture behind you is flat.
Right, the picture behind me is flat, but the literal thing behind me when I was taking that picture, it was curved. Let me show you my. Where's my very important Earth picture drawing? My ball Earth. Yeah, this is what you're looking. Let's say I'm standing right there on the Earth. My horizon, let's pretend like I can see this much horizon. I'm looking at the curved area because it drops off this far away from me, and then it drops off this far away from me over here, and it drops off this far away from me over here. Mm-hmm. This is me, and this is the curve of the flattish disc on the curved big beautiful ball off which I can see. The International Space Station can see this much of a curved horizon, which looks flat because you're so close to it.
I think I also sent you a picture of a weather, it's like a meme picture.
Yeah.
Where it's like a weather balloon that's up 120,000 feet in the air without a fisheye lens.
This is all emails?
And it's still flat. I don't know if I sent that one to you yet. My phone's been busted for a while, but I have to send you that one if it's not handy.
Okay.
Because there's images from weather balloons that go up. There's also video from rockets where people who are smart enough to make their own small rockets and put cameras on them. They shoot them up. And the rocket's going and going, and it's spinning and spinning and spinning, and all of a sudden it goes dunk, and it just stops because it hits the firmament. And so I'll have to send you that next time. Next time I sit down and do it.
I think this is the same video. The Odyssey video is the same as the BitChute video.
Okay. Then just don't worry about it.
Nice air bubbles.
So let me.
So it's air bubbles because they're in water, not actual space.
Exactly.
Cool.
Because
they're faking it. Is your theory? But I mean, you could
because it's a money laundering scheme. They're approximately $90 million a day for what? For these videos? For this? Hey, look at us fixing a space station. Okay.
I think that one of the things that went wrong with the space stuff is what are we looking at? Okay. One of the things that went wrong with the space stuff is that we didn't do it for profit anymore. We did the flying, the Wright brothers and all that stuff for profit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We made it to cater to the market of what people actually want. Whereas with space, we wanted bragging rights, increased research, technology stuff, and there's no natural value in research and bragging rights necessarily. There is some value to it, but that's why Elon Musk is so important. For us.
Have you seen the movie WALL-E?
WALL-E. No, I have not.
Yeah, WALL-E.
Because I'm a grown man.
Yeah, well, when you have kids, you watch stuff like that.
Oh,
but,
no, I wasn't trying to offend you. I was just just trying to assert that I'm a man.
No, yeah, for sure. Well, anyways, in WALL-E, the humans have trashed the Earth so bad that they can't live there anymore. Nothing grows, so they build this huge spaceship that everybody goes on, and so they survive on the spaceship looking for this other planet that they can inhabit. And so that's what they're selling you. That's the profit.
Yeah, propaganda. Right there. Yeah, total propaganda.
They're selling you that if We're so bad. It's getting so hot. You know, like
I feel like Elon Musk really believes it too.
Yeah, you know, so that's where the profit margin is. And it's like I said before, truth in the movies, propaganda in the news. Have you ever heard of an old movie called Capricorn 1?
No.
It's got O.J. Simpson starring in it,
really?
like way back in the day. Yeah, and it's about them faking a space flight.
That's funny.
Yeah, so it's like they always tell you what they're doing somehow. You just have to know where to look.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Please. I'm not falling for that. That's cute. Happy Men's History Month to you, man. I appreciate your call.
I appreciate you too, Hake. Y'all have a good one. Happy Men's History Month. Oh, hey, you know what? I think I called you right after your birthday, and I forgot to say happy birthday. So happy belated birthday, brother.
Nice. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. All right, y'all have a good one. Try to keep it more pippy next time.
No worries. Take care.
All right. Later.
Bye. I don't know where I heard that. I feel like I saw that on X. I didn't come up with that thought myself about them not making it profitable and stuff. They didn't make it into something that's useful. This space stuff. But I think that between Trump and Elon, those are two great men, and I think they can make space great again. Because right now it's dull. No, it's always awesome. But the people who are pushing it, I mean, they even got Butch Wilmore retiring. So space, not profitable. Yet. The approach to it, you know? The approach to it was, let's get to space before the moon or whatever, before Russia. Whatever. Let's move forward. Let me double check on the live chat over here. I do have the Fallen State coming up, guys. The Fallen State right after the Hake report, and American Anchor Baby after that. Okay, American Anchor Baby at noonish. Maybe before, maybe after, but he's normally been live right after Hake, Monday through Thursday, and then on Fridays after the Fallen State. Check it out. Very cool. What is up, Ponto King? What was... Oh, yeah. Are you talking about Nuggetman? Are you talking about the Men's History Month suggestion thingy? Yeah, I think that it's pretty undeniable, David, that Trump and Elon are great men, isn't it? Objectively speaking, in a worldly sense, they are great men. And I think in other ways, too. They're great men. I wonder if I have... Nuggetman. Let me see if I can find it. You need to look up Léo Major or Léo Major for Men's History Month. He was really a bad A. Let's find out what you're talking about. If this is what you're about to snap over. Leo with an accent over the E. Major, Canadian military personnel. Cool. Nuggetman has been doxxed as possibly Canadian. Secretly Canadian. Born in 21, died in 08. Was a Canadian soldier. The only Canadian, one of the only 3 Canadians in the British something or other Commonwealth to receive the Distinguished Conduct Medal twice in separate wars. Born in 21. That's around when my grandpa was born, by the way. One of my grandpas. Maybe both. I don't know. He had 4 children. Let's hear about this man. Look at that. Wow, what a Chad. Doesn't he look like a Chad? Léo Major, 1944. There he was. DCM, whatever that is. Distinguished Conduct Medal. Okay. And bar, metal clasp. Thin metal bar attached to the ribbon of a military decoration. Indicates campaign or operation they received the award for. World War II in 1945, after a successful reconnaissance mission. I like spies. Reconnaissance is kind of like spying or investigating and looking. Pretty cool. I learned that from G.I. Joe. During the liberation of the Dutch city of Zwolle. Pardon me, Dutch people. I don't know how to pronounce your guys' words. And South Africans, too, since you guys are kind of Dutch-ish. Some of you. Sent to scout the city, one of his best friends. A firefight broke out in which his friend was killed. He continued on to find that Zwolle was mostly deserted by the German occupational army. Whoa! Thanks to his efforts, the city was spared the artillery fire planned the next day by the so-called Allies. I'm traumatized by the word Allies now. I think that Allies is kind of a communist buzzword to be friendly with evil. And thinking that you're friendly with the people, but really you're friendly with the evil in the people. You know how I got confused with an ally because I was friendly to some person who went to like Black Lives Matter protests and things. He received his second DCM. That's the Distinguished Something Medal, Conduct Medal. During the Korean War for leading the capture of a key hill in 1951. What a mess with these wars, you know? But once you're in the wars, you got to look out for your fellow man, you know? So the purpose of the war being questionable, not questionable, or no use or whatever, notwithstanding, these are honorable men, I say. You know, this war hero stuff. Not that the war was good, but the heroism is, you know, respectable for sure, I think. French Canadian, of course. I say of course because I heard Nuggetman being doxxed by Anchor Baby. Don't blame me, Nuggetman, as perhaps a French Canadian. That's why he doesn't call in, because he has a weird accent, just like Michael in Canada. But Michael, having no shame and being funny, proudly displays his Canadian French accent. I'm just making stuff up about Nuggetman, okay? So I'm just kidding around. Léo Major. Cool name, too. Not to be confused with Lee Majors, right? Due to a poor relationship with his father, he moved to live with his aunt at age 14. Wow. He joined the Canadian Army in 1940 to prove to his father that he was somebody to be proud of. Wow. Man. People's notions. Young men's notions, huh? Lee Majors, right? Different. Totally different. Lee Majors, American actor. Why does he look like that? He looks sort of reminiscent of those Mexicans who look white. Emilio Estevez and whatever. Lee Majors is an American actor and producer known for heroic roles on TV shows. Not to be confused with Léo Major, who didn't just play a hero on TV. He went to be a hero to prove something to his dad, whom he moved away from at 14. Wow. Thank you, guys. That's cool. What a mess. You know, normally I never mind, I won't tell you that. I was going to tell you guys something, but I don't need to tell you. But let's just say we're in the last, oh my goodness, 10, 11 minutes of the show here. we're going to have the Fallen State coming up soon. And nice. Is that what you were talking about, though, Nuggetman? Hake, you didn't even read about what he actually did. Crooked, crumply face emoji. What did he actually do? I don't know. What? What do you want from me? Okay. Leo, let me go back to it. Léo Major, what did he actually do? Okay, there we go. What did he do? Serving with the Regiment des Chaudière, which landed on the Juno beach in the invasion of Normandy D-Day, June 6, 1944. I mean, I saw the German during a reconnaissance mission on D-Day, Léo Major, captured a German half-track by himself, killing all the half-track soldiers. Whoa. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, there it is. World War II. I didn't even get to the World War II part. What's a half-track? Let's see. I hope it has a picture. Whoa, he captured a whole tank with front wheel thingamajigger. Look at that. So he captured that thing and killed everybody on it? That's terrible. Terribly awesome. The vehicle, the half-track, contained German communication equipment and secret codes whose possession was critical to Allied intelligence. Days later, during his first encounter with SS Patrol, he killed 4 soldiers, all because he hated his dad. However, one of them managed to ignite a phosphorus grenade. In the resulting explosion, he lost an eye, but continued to fight. Léo Major did. And pardon me if I'm butchering how to pronounce his name. He continued his service as a scout and a sniper by insisting he needed only one eye to sight his weapon. According to him, he looked like a pirate. Is that what you wanted me to read, Nuggetman? Is that enough? You want me to read about the Korean War, whatever he did out in the Korean War? He went to the Korean War with one eye? Uno ojo? Léo Major Laan. Léo Major Avenue. Street sign in Dutch city of Zwolle. Wow. So over in the Netherlands, they made a thing after him. Northeastern Netherlands. Because he went over there, and so they didn't have to, they would have bombed a mostly empty town. Nice. Thank you, sir. Is that better? Hake loves murder. No, awesome can be great and terrible, too. Awesome can be terrible. Like the tsunami can be awesome, but it's also terrible. When did he die? Oh, 2008. At the age of 87. Well, rest in peace to Léo Major. That's nice. Married his wife in 51, and apparently they stayed together till the end in 2008. Had 4 children. Right on. Sure, Hake. I'm not even necessarily for whatever Israel may be doing if they're doing anything wrong in Gaza. I'm just saying that kind of like I said, Trump and Elon are great men. I don't know if Elon is a good man. No man is good, right? But even like a righteous man. But he's still a great man. He just is. That's like objective and undeniable. That's so same thing with like a shock and awe, like what George W. Bush supposedly did in Iraq or whatever, and it's just like dominating, and it's awesome. Guns, so cool. But oftentimes they're done to do cool. They're used for cool things, and sometimes they're not for good or right things. But the guns are still awesome. Nice. All right. Enough defending myself to the live chat. Thank you, Thor Mode. All right. So that's your little thing on that little thing. Let's see what we can do. We have a mere 5 minutes till the end of the show here. And there's so much that I want to get to. Anthony gave me some cool tips. Shall I cover this? Yeah, let's speak of, since there's so many of you critics of the Jays, Jewish people, let's balance things out, shall we? And cover the news. Okay, so this was a tip from Anthony. You know, Anthony, the guy, Gaza soccer commentator, and I don't think that this is in English, of course, but he hails goals as knives stabbing Israeli, axes tearing their veins. Terrible, huh? You know how soccer is so violent. There was like a ref who got like beheaded on the field over down in like South America or somewhere. These uncivilized people playing the civilized man's game, and then they're uncivilized about it. Now, I get that this is just words, but this was from a while back, 2015, 10 years ago, October 2015. A recent, meaning 2015-ish, soccer league game between some group and another. This commentator named Hisham Muammar, according to this report, I don't know, hailed the goals scored. Go! Knife stabbing the bodies of the cowards, meaning Israelis, right? An axe tearing the veins of the idiots. Probably in a different language, right? It sounds tougher in the other language. The match in commentary aired October 10th, 2015. Gaza sports announcer Allah Atiyah is trying to get through the defense. He's passing one player. You want me to play this? Let's see. Oh, no. Oh, no, this is good. There's no ad. Let me double check the audio here. Do I have it on mute?
حول المرور مرفيع واحد هذه ثاني العرضية خطيرة ثم لسالم وادي أين الكرة هي الله
Allah! He's hailing God, but not the real God, the false God, the unforgiving God, maybe.
ركلة جزاء لفريق الشجاعية.
A penalty kick for the Lions of the East.
ركلة جزاء لأسود الشرق. هناك نقطة خطرة هي الله. فضل قرنيطة يسجل ويتقدم.
He speaks in the language of the Lions of the East.
وبلغة أسود الشرق هنا يتكلم.
And then he said those terrible things. Okay, so you kind of get the point. That was a nice little tip from Anthony. I used to play soccer. And we would say the same thing about, we would pretend that it was against ISIS or something. I'm kidding. In soccer in Gaza. Terrible, huh? Anyway, I got to get out of here. The fallen state's happening up next, guys. In the world. Peace in the Middle East, or at least in your hearts. Maybe not even that, because you guys don't want peace. Take care, guys. The fallen state up next. Bye.